Now you're probably looking at this thinking, oh look, there's the emblem of Triumph vendors where I can get my tier 9 gear, and it almost looks like an active instance portal, and of course, the Colosseum where Trial of the Grand Crusader or Trial of the Crusader takes place is fully built. This has got to be one of those dodgy servers, surely. No. In fact, all of this is now on the PTR. Now, the raids are not open, and there's a lot of aspects of Phase 3 that are not currently working. And of course, there's been absolutely no announcement that this is happening. It just looks like Blizzard have been pushing bit by bit onto the PTR over the last couple of months. And it took a very observant individual by the name of James, so big shout out to James, or JMZ, or whatever you want to be called, on my Discord, who actually pointed some of this stuff out to me. In fact, he's pointed out pretty much everything I'm going to talk about in this video, so thank you very much. Now, before we get into the specifics of all of the things that look like they've been added getting ready for Phase 3, there are a few things that I've tested that just don't work. So this is definitely not an actual PTR build, this is just them getting things ready by the looks of it, because prospecting titanium ore, it says there's no gems in this, which as we know is going to be one of the ways that you can get epic gems, and yeah, you can't prospect it, so it's not like it's a full Phase 3 build with everything working, but it definitely looks like they're getting things ready in the background. But some of the things that are in are the armor vendors, for example, where you can log on the PTR now and have a little look through at the gear. Of course, there's loads of websites like 80 Upgrades, or even on like the RAF Sims site or Wowhead, like wherever you can go and look at the gear that's going to be coming up in Tier 9, of course. But if you want to actually have a look in game, then there is a way to do that now. Now, I just want to point out, when I actually said, oh, well, this could have been on here all the time, James said, yeah, when I looked on there a couple of weeks ago, none of the P3, so Phase 3 quests were there, and the arena was still in its Phase 2 being built stage. Now it's fully built with all the new quests are up, and TOC, TOGC added to the group finder. So let's take a look at that first. So if we go over to raids, you can now see not only is Trial of the Crusader and Trial of the Grand Crusader there, Onyxia's lair is as well. Now I know we expected Onyxia at the same time, or around the same time as TOC launching, but it looks like it's going to be highly likely that it's definitely going to be there. And for those of you that don't know, there is a mount from Onyxia, the Reigns of the Onyxian Drake, which looks basically exactly the same as the Onyxia model. And then the rest of the loot is pretty much the same across 10 and 25, except for one set of the items are 232, and the 25-man set of items are 245. All the items are a bit of a throwback to Molten Core days, when Molten Core and Onyxia were actually the relevant content. And you could quite easily pick an upgrade up in Onyxia, but honestly, the gear's not that great. You can also then get some old school looking tier 2 pieces, so Storm Rage for the Druids, Judgment for the Paladins, but it is just the skin more than anything else. There's no set bonuses, there's no more of these pieces that you can get, it's just the heads. And if you're not aware why, it was because back in the day, it was the anniversary event, so it was just all bonus loot, if you like. So yeah, Onyxia's Lair, Trial of the Crusader, Trial of the Grand Crusader, and of course, Ulduar are all showing in the 10 and 25-man section on the LFG tool now on the PTR. Now, when we was initially testing NACs and things like that on the PTR or the beta, all of the emblem vendors were in. You could actually go and look at like Emblem of Frost vendors and see what trinkets you was going to get when ICC came out. But most of that's been removed now, and it is only the relevant content that's left in. So we can see the Emblem of Heroism, Emblem of Valor, Emblem of Conquest, but now the Triumph vendor is here as well. The only interesting thing is Emblem of Heroism, the epic gems are on the vendor. Now these are intended to be on here because in 3.2, when Trial of the Crusade actually came out, there's numerous ways of being able to obtain these epic gems. And I'm literally about to record a video about all the ways you can obtain epic gems after this one. So be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss that. Now, outside of that, there's not really a lot else, but there's also not a lot else that's coming in Phase 3. There's definitely been changes on the PTR. The Colosseum wasn't built. Now it is. There's quests that have been added. The LFG tool's updated. The emblem vendors are there. So it's all looking pretty positive. Based off of this, I would probably say we'd be expecting TOC up on the PTR in the coming weeks. And when I say weeks, I mean probably 2 to 3 maximum. And I don't think it's going to be one that requires a great deal of testing, not unless Blizzard come out this week with some, I don't know, wild changes that they're going to do to it. But I don't see that happening. So until the next video, like and subscribe. See you later.